Test, test, test. Welcome back, everyone. It's me, your prestigious Titan Esports owner, Sems, and I'm bringing to you our 2025 Summer Split Team Reveal and Draw Show. This is the event that everybody looks forward to, and I'm so happy to be back with another split being brought to our community of wonderful, amazing players here and fans, streamers, community members, etc. So as you all know, this is our second split of the year. We just finished up our winter split about a month ago. Am I too low? Can you guys hear me? Let me turn myself up a little bit. So we just finished up our first split, the winter split of the year 2025. Had about 100 teams participating in our 6 leagues. And now we're coming back to you with our summer split with over about 140-ish teams across our 8 leagues. So as you all know, we have the 6 leagues returning from last split, couple of changes, and the addition of 2 new leagues being joined from our friends over at Amateur League with director Brandon running the Olympus and Berserker leagues. So for the show tonight, I'm going to try to keep this one much faster than some of the previous ones and not be 6 hours like the winter split one was for 100 teams. So hoping to get this done at least by midnight, hopefully. Um, as I mentioned in the post, this is going to be a lot lower quality, so we're just going to speed run some of the group draws, draw teams into their respective groups, show you guys each team name, maybe talk about the rosters briefly, and then go through each league. And it should be quick because I do not have a lot prepared and the roster sheet is not ready yet, but it will be ready hopefully um, in the next couple of days for each league. But to go back to our leagues, so as you guys know, we have our Platinum 4 Under League, the Gladiator League, which is on Tuesdays at 8, and they are running a standard draft. So that league has 12 teams participating, and that the Gladiator League will be split into 2 groups of 6, with those teams playing single round robin and then going to playoffs after that. I'll touch briefly into each league as we start drawing teams, but the order for tonight is going to be pretty much the same order that you see on the screen here for our little promo graphic. We're going to do Gladiator first, and then jump into Divinity and Berserker, and then go into Conqueror, Olympus, and Eternal, and then last Vanquisher and Immortal. So our Immortal 4 cap under leagues are Divinity, which is Mondays at 8, and Fully Fearless. And then our Berserker League, which is the new edition, is pretty much the exact same rules as Divinity. We just do not have official streams for Berserker because we primarily stream Immortal on Thursdays. So Berserker is also Fearless as well. Same rules as Divinity. And then we have our 3 Diamond 4 under leagues, which is Eternal, which is on Mondays, and that has been changed to a standard draft. Previously it was Fearless, but with Eternal not having streams on Mondays and us adding an additional Fearless league, we figured it's probably a good opportunity to give people that don't want to play Fearless a place to still continue playing. And that will be on Mondays, and just like last split, there will not be a stream for that. On Wednesdays, we have our Conqueror League, which is switched to Fearless Draft now, and that, of course, will be streamed, one of our longest running leagues. And then on Friday is the second new edition league that we have, thanks to Brendan joining us, which is also a D4 cap league. Same rules as Conquer, Fearless Draft. Friday nights at 8, and we will have a stream for that as well. And then our other 2 leagues are Diamond 3 and above generally. There are some, Emerald players in Vanquisher. Some of them have even won. But generally, the average strength for Vanquisher is about, D2 plus. Um, and our Vanquisher League is Master 100 LP cap, which is on Tuesdays. That is also Fearless Draft, and that will have a stream as well. And then finally, our last league, which is our highest cap league at 600 LP, on Thursday nights, it is also Fearless Draft. And with that, yeah, I'm honestly amazed at all the support and all the excitement and everybody wanting to participate in all the leagues that we're having and how we're able to replicate and do pretty much the same league on a different night and still have a lot of interest in participants. So thank you to everybody that is showing up to play. Thank you to everybody that's helping out behind the scenes, making things happen. And I'm super excited to get this summer split started. So without further ado, don't forget to subscribe to Titan Plus or Titan Elite. You know, you can be a Titan supporter too for $2.99 a month. We're gonna get us kicked off with the Gladiator League. So just to give you guys a real quick preview, over here, as I said, I don't have the roster sheets done, so it's gonna be a little bit scuffed. But I'm just gonna put the teams in the sheets over here, just so we know what groups they're in as they get drawn. And then maybe at the end of the stream, I'll have people come in and give their opinions or thoughts or anything, even though I will probably not be displaying any of the rosters, unfortunately, but I will read them off. So I'm going to try to speed run this since I've already taken 30 minutes of the stream. So yeah, without further ado, Gladiator P4 cap, Tuesday nights. It will be 12 teams split into two groups of six. So we're going to draw the first team, and they're going to go into Group 8, and that first team will be Malevolent Esports. I probably should just at least, read off the rosters. So Malevolent Esports has ELG Hades in the top lane, Hecka Rimjob in the jungle role, Tomorrow in the mid lane, Alejandro and ADC, and X Havoc as support. So Malevolent will be going to Group A. I believe they're making their Tiny Sports debut. So let's see who will be going into Group B. And Group B is Jolly Rogers Ghost Crew. Jolly Rogers is primarily a IBSG league organization who are making their way here, but they also are in the promotion finals for the NACL Open qualifiers, which is playing this Saturday at 4 p.m. EST. So if they win, I believe they're playing against one of our elite organizations in Titan. You can also be elite in Dorado Gaming. So the winner of that match will actually go on to the promotion tournament for a chance at moving on to the NACL. So check them out this Saturday. And shout out to Jolly Rogers for joining us in Gladiator. They'll be going into Group B. Oh, yeah. I mentioned their NACL roster, but the actual roster that's playing is Nas Ghost in the top lane, TDD 27 in the jungle role, Creation in the mid lane, Flop, ADC, and then Red Sharky as support. All right, next team up is Glacial Storm. Glacial Esports has been around for a while, and I think they might have taken a little bit of a break, but they're back now. And they're going into Group B with their roster of Goat Jedi in the top lane, Cryptid Clown, jungle role, Ashley Timber mid lane, Lovely Lady Luck in the bot lane, Sissy Baka as support, and then Moonlight and Hikari Rikiba in this as subs. Let's go on to the next team. Next team up is GCCE Belmonts, I believe is Gamers Collective Community Esports. This is one of their many teams that I've seen that actually made it to our league this time with Arisoma in the top lane, Bob 6958 in the jungle role, Decomposition in the mid lane, Hexes in the bot lane, and Reina as support, with Narwa, Fugitive, and Helium Bamboo as subs. So GCC Belmonts will go into Group B. And the next team up is TD IDK, coming from the TD organization that won our Winter Gladiator Championship. I believe they won 3-0, but it was a completely different roster. So this team will be Hoodie Man in the top lane, Trashy in the jungle role, Graguset in the mid lane, Wolven Alchemist in the bot lane, Crockpot as support, and One Hand as a sub. I believe. Let me double check before I misspeak real quick. One sec, one sec, one sec. Yes. Trashy is the NACL manager of Conviction, who are in NACL, and they just signed a partnership with C9. So congratulations to them, doing big things. I believe they're in playoffs of NACL, which will be starting in a couple of weeks. So check them out as well. Yeah, TDIDK. Next team up is Jolly Rogers Black Pearl. And this is another Jolly Rogers team, but they cannot be in the same group as their sister team, so they're going to go into Group B. Jolly Rogers Black Pearl has I Am Drugs in the top lane, K Dash, Jungle, Buck B in the mid lane, 19GG bot lane, and then Romeo as support. So Jolly Rogers bringing two teams. Hey, if there's another team out there for Gladiator that's interested in participating, P4 and under, we have a waitlisted team um, that they want to get in, and if we can get another team, we'll bring them in. I'll just slot them into each group respectively. So open a ticket if you do have a team. If not, let's move on. Next team up is Elegy Reapers. They'll be going to Group B, and they have Dwagon in the top lane, Vexed in the jungle. Oh, Tajantism in the mid lane, Hops bot lane, Chaotic Obsidian support, and Taylor as a sub. Oh, I believe that's the same Taylor that lost 3-0 in finals to the TD team last split. So I wonder if they'll be starting and trying to get some revenge. So welcome back to Taylor and Elegy Reapers as well. So we're gonna draw the next team up, and that will be Invicta. I believe this is also a new org. They're also going to Group B here. Invicta has Welshi in the top lane, Wozniak jungle, Lily in the mid lane, Mathematics bot lane, Musi as support, and Jackpot, Spackerman, and Fox on board as bench riders. Next team up, going into Group A, will be Fools 5 Templars. This is one of the many Fools 5 teams in our summer split. Shout out to Fools 5, an elite organization, bringing about 10 teams. I wonder if anybody else is going to beat them. Maybe, maybe not. Fools 5 Templars has Torden Panth, Mangalorian. Torden Panth in the top lane, Mangalorian jungle. Waba in the mid lane. Norig in the bot lane. Bridge as support, with Siofra and Verticality as subs. Welcome to Fools 5. Next team up is GCCE Miami Vice. So GCC Miami Vice, this is the second team from GCC. And because there's a GCC in Group B, we're going to have to put them into Group A. And Miami Vice has Noto in the top lane, Soul Muncher jungle, Volvendai in the mid lane, Lovely Lady Luck in the bot lane, and Sasibaka as support with Moonlight and Hikari. This person's on 2 rosters. Hikari? No, they're not. Oh, because I'm reading the wrong subs. My bad. Miami Vice has no subs. Welcome to Miami Vice. Next team up will be CB Quimson. Not Crimson, Quimson is the Chubby Babies org making their return. No, they participated last playing Gladiator, but they're sending another team here this time around to see if they can do better than last time. And CB Quimson has nobody in the top lane because their top laner is not eligible yet. Dino in the jungle role, Toastfish mid lane, CB Acel in the bot lane, Rocky as support, and then they have Downfall, Bean MG, and Typhoon as subs. Welcome back again to CB Quimson. Let's draw our last team, and it will be Fools 5 Mercenaries. This is another team from the Fools 5 org, and they'll be going into Group B with the rest of the teams. They have Timu 1 Zeus in the top lane, the Moon in the jungle, Free Curry mid lane, Ken Kanekai in the bot lane. Oh, and they don't have a support. Maybe I didn't list the support. We'll see who their support is. They might still be looking for one. And I believe that's all 12 of our teams in the Gladiator League. So last split around, we had 10 teams in this league. A slight increase this time around, but we're still going to be able to split it up into 2 groups and see what comes of it. Like I said earlier, we have one team that's waitlisted. So if there's anybody out there with a P4 cap team that wants to participate, you can open a ticket and we'll review your team and maybe get you into one of these groups. Just to recap, we have Malevolent Esports. Group A is Malevolent Esports, Glacial Storm, TD IDK, Jolly Rogers Black Pearl, Fools 5 Templars, and GCCE Miami Vice. With Group B being Jolly Rogers Ghost Crew, GCCE Belmonts, Elegy Reapers, Invicta, CB Quimson, and Fools 5 Mercenaries. So for Gladiator, top 4 teams from each group will make playoffs. And then we'll go to single elimination, A1 versus B4, B1 versus A4, etc. So yeah, welcome to all the Gladiator teams, P4 cap. Good luck to all of you. And I believe I'm going to wrap up this portion. But for the Gladiator players that want to stick around, you might want to hang out later. I might take some callers, get your opinions on, not that you know or see any of the rosters yet, but you can just say whatever you want, get something off your chest. Tell Acel how bad he is. They're going to go 07, right? Whatever you want to say, as long as it doesn't get the channel banned. With that being said, welcome to Gladiator again. We're going to move on to what's going to be next? Berserker or Divinity? Which one do we want to do first? Let me move this one to the end. Berserker Divinity. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Can we get any Berserkers in the chat for Berserker? Any Divinity lovers in the chat for Divinity? I didn't say anybody say Divinity, so we're going to do Berserker next. I think that was only about 10 minutes, so 15 minutes. So I'm going to keep going with another league right now. And then I'll leave this up in between so you guys can see the teams for each league for people that missed them. If you want to screenshot it, go ahead. Let me change my draw show Berserker. All right, we're chilling. I think we're ready to go. That was probably a record, you know. I like all the, you know, platform below players. Don't take this as any discrimination or hate against the low elo, but we gotta keep it moving, you know. It's not personal. I myself was once in your elo too. It gets better eventually. Alrighty. For Berserker League, I'm probably gonna repeat this a couple of times throughout the show for each of the leagues because people tune in and out, but Berserker is our new Emerald 4 Cap League on Thursday nights. We have no stream and a fearless draft. That will be run by our director, Brendan, who has joined us this split. And for Berserker, we have. Where's my little. We have 12 teams as well. You'll see them all as we draw them and put them into the sheet over here. Similar to Gladiator, it's going to be 2 groups of 6 for a Berserker. And they'll go over here. So let's spin the first team. First team up is TFF Eclipse. TFF is... there are defending Divinity champions. Not this exact same roster, but the organization is. There's a lot of champions I gotta remember, so I almost got that wrong. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe you can go check in our champions channel in the Discord server. Where is my handy dandy sheet? For Berserker TFF Eclipse, we have Coach Silent K in the top lane, Ronin in the jungle, IQ of a Coconut in the mid lane, Sloth as ADC, Islamic Samurai as support, and Snuffbox Trooks as subs. So it looks like a pretty strong roster, eh? Welcome back to TFF. Glad you guys could be joining us. Let's draw the next team up. Next up is Onyx Wrath. Onyx Wrath has Jimmy Bonzo in the top lane, Shinobi in the jungle role, Glowing Kraken in the mid lane, TGAS in the bot lane, Leoxide as support, Hide on Mist, Anna Gamer Girl, and Lurka and Cirque as bench riders. Here's some new names. Welcome to Onyx Wrath. I think Shinobi's probably here before, but they'll be going into Group B. Next team up is Monkey Safari. Yes, Safari as their 10th name since sign up opened, but we won't talk about that. They'll be going into Group A. Monkey Safari has JJ in the top lane, or better known as Cement, the better counterpart of Concrete, but Concrete is not on this team. We have Just Cooper in the jungle, Wall Street in the mid lane, Kaiser in the bot lane, and Mac Mittens as support. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Wall Street, but he might be doing content for this league, so keep an eye out for that. Pretty solid roster. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Next team up is Elegy Mirage. Is it Elegy or Elegy? Elegy? Like eels? Elegy? 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 I'm not sure which one's right. Pretty sure it's Elegy. Elegy Mirage will go into Group B. They have Penguin Troopers in the top lane, Death to All in the jungle role, Kazoo in the mid lane, Gecko as ADC, and AFK Fox King as support. Shout out to Elegy having another team in here. Let's move on to the next one. LEG. LEG. Egili? Alright. I'll get it right. Next team up is Summit Esports Frost, another one of our elite orgs, bringing a couple of teams into our summer split. For their for their Frost roster, they have X-Ray in the top lane, Gix in the jungle, Bertel Shaco in the mid lane, Dark Frenzy in the bot lane, and 999 Gapic in support. Lee Summit participated in our Divinity League last split, and they'll be moving over to Berserker this time around. Next team up is Conduit Esports Flux. Conduit Esports Flux will be going to Group B. And Flux has, I believe this is a returning roster from our Divinity League last split. I can't tell you how many of the players are exactly the same. Somebody can fact check it on our past season sheets channel in our Discord. But Flux has Gav Dougie Fresh in the top lane, Amin Arc in the jungle, Socks the Thighs, mid lane, Tortuga, bot lane, and Concrete, which is Ivar, in the support role. Looks like Concrete and Cement split up this time around. Not going to be together, unfortunate. Wonder if they'll name change. We'll see if Conduit Esports Flux can do better than last time around. And I believe they have an extra space in here, which I did not like that. Fix that. Gotta fix that. Also, for all of you that are filling out these team applications, please, 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 please just read the instructions. Just read and follow the format that is requested. It makes things so much easier. So I don't have to go through 140 teams and figure out what your abbreviation is, or add a colon in your abbreviation, or figure out why are you submitting a team that has just the 3 abbreviation letters. How am I supposed to figure that out? You know, just read and submit it properly, please and thank you. All right, enough about me complaining. Let's go on to next team up, which will be Oversoul Esports Oasis. Oversoul are lovely Vanquisher participants who keep missing out on playoffs by an inch every single time. Looks like they're hosting a team in our lower league. So welcome to Viela in the top lane, Kappa Crusader in the jungle role. That's an old name. He's making a return. Coming out of retirement. Nyx Cat in the mid lane, Hexes as in the bot lane, and Z Electric as support. It's another old name. A lot of people coming out of retirement. Oversoul Esports Oasis will be going to Group A. So welcome, welcome. We'll move on to the next team. Which will be Fools 5 Knights. Shout out Fools 5. Our Italian elite organization bringing in the world in the top lane, Coyote in the jungle, Frost in the mid lane, JC in the bot lane, and Dragonical is support. Wait a minute. We're gonna do some live investigation here. Live investigation at Region North America. Oh, JC's Emerald 3, man. That means he can't play no more. All right, I'm gonna remove him from the roster. I believe they are looking for a replacement because he did rank out. But you'll be seeing him a little bit later on. You know, not far as you think. But congratulations to JC for finally ranking out. But unfortunately, not being able to play for Fools 5 nights anymore. So they have an empty, missing ADC spot. So if you're an ADC that's Emerald 4 and below, message somebody on Fools 5. Maybe Frost. Oh, they have Frost too. Frost is going to be doing content for Elise as well. Shout out Frost. Signing up. He's going to be cooking some good stuff, some good articles. I can't remember off the top of my head which creator is doing what because we have a bunch of them. But Frost is going to be running for one of these leagues. So look forward to him putting out an article an hour after the draw show because he has all the information he could possibly have. So he'll be putting out a 5-page article on at least 5 pages. Nah, let's make it 10 on each of the participating teams here. So shout out Frost and Fools 5 Nights. Next team up, let's spin the wheel. Next team up is Bra America. Nice pun right there on Braum and America. They have Kama in the top lane. I'm Stealthy in the jungle. Draken Rich in the mid lane. Neon Sword in the bot lane. And Tiny Fists of Fury as support. With subs Urameshi and Brute Souls. They'll be going into Group A. Let me just make sure. So we have sister teams left. First, Conduit. We have Conduit and we have... That's okay. Yeah, we should be okay. We're chilling. Alright, next team up. Next team up is Conduit Esports first rounded, because that's what they're famous for, you know, getting first rounded on repeat over and over and over again, which is a lie, because these guys are pretty solid, so they just like to, you know, make fun of themselves. Maybe it's just their captain. In the top lane, Conduit first rounded has Soez, which I believe is a placeholder sub fill right now. Nasian in the jungle. Efron as mid lane, Chrome Malone as bot lane, and Illicit Raven as support with Brother Heck Hedge, and as a sub on the bench, trying to get another bench chip. Yeah, you can't call yourself first rounded if you have players on your team who have won multiple championships and probably don't even remember the last time they lost in the first round. So this team name is not appropriate, you know. I'm gonna request them to change it. So we'll see if they do that. Oh, shout out to Conduit as well, one of our elite orgs. You can also be elite. Check out how in the Discord channel. So Conduit will be going into Group A, and we're gonna be drawing the next team, which will be IG Luminosity. Oh yeah, they went to Group A because Conduit Flux is already in Group B. So the next two teams obviously have to go in Group B, but we're gonna draw them anyway. And IG Luminosity, that's Imperial Gaming Luminosity, has Kotori in the top lane, Frost, another Frost. Aha, two Frosts. Frost in the jungle and Frost in the mid lane. Pretty sure there's a Master Diamond Frost too. Must be a very popular name, guys. Not good for your branding, you know. I'm gonna have to confuse you guys with who's who. Frost in the jungle, Azure Fire in the mid lane, Destro in the bot lane, and Reina as support. Welcome to IG Imperial Gaming. They usually have only one team, I think, but you know, since we're hosting two Emerald 4 leagues, they might as well just, you know, join the other one as well. So welcome to IG. And let's spin for our next team. Next team up, and the last team is Jolly Rogers Tortuga. Jolly Rogers Tortuga has Big Chow in the top lane. Fifi. Oh, Fifi. Oh, Fifi, do you love me? In the jungle. Ah, I got that. The abbreviations, you know. Type 3 in the mid lane, Ziggy in the bottom lane, and Renewal as support. Another Jolly Rogers roster. And I believe that rounds up our Berserker League with 12 teams, 2 groups of 6. Top 4 make playoffs. Playoff is single elimination best of 5s. Fearless draft. Sorry to all the one tricks. And it'll be similar to Gladiator and some of the other formats you've seen. First team in Group A versus fourth team in Group B, and vice versa, and so on. So I believe that's all 12 of our teams in Berserker. I mentioned it previously, but I believe we do have a team waitlisted for this league as well. So if you have an E4 and under roster, or you want to throw together something for fun, open a ticket, might be able to get you in, slide you into one of these groups, you know, beat up on some of these teams here. So we're wrapped up with Berserker. As I said, we will have content, written content for this league as well, no streams. But I'm going to move on to Divinity next. For all of you that want to see Gladiator one more time, those are the teams and the groups. I'll leave, I should have space here for Berserker. I'll leave this up together while we go through Divinity. Oh, I don't like that I did that. And at 9 o'clock, 30 minutes. This one has a lot of teams. Maybe I can take a quick break. Probably like just a 3-minute break, you know. Catch up on the next game. See what's going on. Grab some water. Refill your popcorn. And I will say, I did 2 leagues in 30 minutes. That's 24 teams. So, not bad. Divinity has 24, spoiler alert. So, that might take approximately 30 minutes as well. So, you guys can get some, you know, idea of how long this will actually run. And I think it's going pretty solid on schedule. Sorry to the teams and all the players that we can't get more info on you, you know, glaze you a little bit. But time constraints. So, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll leave this up for a second for the 2 that we finished up, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes. All right, welcome back to the draw show, team reveal, etc. I think that was a little bit longer than 33 minutes, but we're back. We just finished up Gladiator and Berserker. So, as you can see up here, both leagues have 12 teams, two groups of six. You can see all the participating teams for those that missed them. And we're going to slide on over to Divinity next. Oh yeah, I should have done this first. Divinity actually has 24 teams. So we're going to need to throw them into two groups. Yeah, I can make my window a little bit bigger. That works. All right, I think we're ready to cook. So as I mentioned, Divinity has 24 teams this time around, a big increase from our 16 last split. For those of you that have participated in some of our other leagues or follow them, you'll be familiar with our 24 team format. So we do 3 groups of 8 with 7 weeks of single round robin, and then the top 4 from each group make playoffs, and then we'll do a seeding stage for the top 3 teams from each group and the second seed best team. They'll play a seeding stage while the other 8 teams, so seed 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, play in single elimination best of fives to move on. Winner of that moves on to quarterfinals. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna get this thing started because everybody knows about our Divinity League. Monday nights, Fearless Draft, some banger streams, pentakills, chokers, etc. Everything. It's got everything. So first team up for Divinity, we have TPOAK, our most recent merger, acquisition, joiner, whatever you want to call it. It's troll picks only. X Agni Kai putting together a banger roster? Maybe? I don't know. You be the judge of it. It's Gav Dougie Fresh in the top lane, Ronin in the jungle, Nightmare in the mid lane, Finny, Zuri, or whatever new name he's going to have in 3 months in the mid lane. No way, actually, he's bot lane. He can't play mid lane. And then Reezy, Demon as a support. Not a bad roster. I can see them making playoffs. But no better way to start off than with some of our longest standing participants in Divinity here. So welcome to TPOXAK. Next up, we have Summit Esports Peakers. I want to say Peakers participated last split as well. Maybe they had a different name. But shout out Summit, a Italian elite organization. One of their many teams here. They have TG Linksy in the top lane, Big Rev Boss in the jungle, Stratty Time in the mid lane, Strand in the bot lane, and then Gamer Destroyer as support. And they'll be going into Group A. Next team up is TD Cursed. making their kind of debut or more recent debut on their new ownership in Tang Divinity. TD Cursed has Pizza Pasta Mafia in the top lane, Bardo Jr. in the jungle, Solomon's Ritual in the mid lane, OG Kira Z in the bot lane, and XL Physiology and support with one hand as a sub. TD Cursed will be going to Group C. All right, next team up. Oh, Elegy Fools 5. It's going to be Elegy Echoes going into Group A. Elegy Echoes has Heater in the top lane, John Scott in the jungle, Twitch in the mid lane. Generally, Twitch plays bot lane, but I've seen Twitch mid. It can pop off. Adishon in the bot lane, Epic Folktales as support, and then Schmeekt on the bench. Welcome to Elegy again with another one of their teams. Next one up is GCCE Street Fighters. GCC Street Fighters goes to Group B. They have Timu1 Zeus in the top lane, D1 Busy in the jungle, Chukels in the mid lane, Kawhi Adam in the bot lane, and then Entropy Trash is support with Slop and Lewd Avocado as subs. You know, the bot laner has Cat as their tagline, and I'm pretty sure there's like 10 people that have that tagline from all the participants. Talking about how many people have that, I'm gonna show you guys something kind of cool later from all the betting that we did. Maybe show you some numbers, some statistics. But welcome to GCCE. They go to Group E. Sorry, no, there is no Group B. Group E. They go to Group B with Summit Esports speakers, and we're gonna spin for next team. Next team up is Fools 5 Rogues. Just the one team for Fools 5 going to Group C with Fifth in the top lane, Foolish in the jungle, the Lord JK in the mid lane, Atreides in the bot lane, and Concrete, Ivar, and Sport Roll. Wow, this roster is looking pretty strong. I think some of these guys went undefeated last split in the regular season, maybe some of them, but they did not have a good time in the playoffs as they lost in the first round. I can't remember which ones, but welcome back to Fools 5. They'll be in Group C. Pretty strong roster, if I do say so myself. Next up is Monkeys Night City. Oh, this is one of the 4 Monkeys teams in Divinity. How many monkeys in Divinity? Monkeys Night City has Wheeze in the top lane, Glada in the jungle role, making his return to terrorize all the other Plat Divinity junglers. Giraffe Rider in the mid lane, Grim Defier in the bot lane, and Fallen Warrior in support role. One of the many Monkeys teams in the Divinity League. Let's spin for the next one. Next team up is Invicta Cerberus. This is Invicta, who I believe has a team in our Gladiator League, as we just went over that, and they're picked up some players that were not on the championship Cerberus team. Maybe they were, but they have Narva in the top lane, DGG Zerino in the jungle, Cyclone as their mid laner, Melee Vayne in the bot lane, and Rod Stepbro in the support role. Pretty solid roster. We'll see if they can live up to the Cerberus name in this Divinity split. They'll be in Group B. Oh, my Knicks are up. 69 points at halftime? Of course, you know, what else? I'm telling you, they're gonna win. They're gonna win the championship this year. It's over. It's our time. We're peaking right now. Next team up is Millennials. A newer roster. New people to Titan, I believe. Forget exactly where they're coming from, but they have Joe Z Thorns or Thoms in the top lane. Dark Slasher in the jungle. Romanize in the mid lane. Ping Too High in the bot lane. I believe, I'm not sure who their starting support is, but they have 2 subs, which is Skull Sand and Peanut Butter. Those are pretty chill names, you know. We'll see what their support starter is. But welcome to Zillennials. They're going into Group C. Next team up is TFF Misfits, which is the other TFF E4 Cap League team, and they're going into Group A. TFF Misfits has IQ of a Coconut in the top lane, Coach Silent K in the jungle, Blocky Panda mid lane, Lucky in the bot lane. Oh, is that Velos? That's Velos. Yeah, and then Poodle in the support role. Bunch of regulars on this Misfits team. We'll see how they're able to compete with some of the other regulars. Let's move on to the next team. TFF did win our Divinity League last split, but pretty different team, I'd say. Next up is Kondo Esports First Rounded. I already mentioned this roster. I'm not going to talk about them again. But First Rounded does not make sense, you know. This is the only Conduit team in Divinity. Wow, we really fell off. Just one Conduit team? That's crazy. Conduit Esports First Rounded has the same roster as Berserker. So has Nation, Efron, Chrome Malone, and Illicit Raven. So we're gonna move on. Next team up is Jolly Roger Swashbuckler. Jolly Roger Swashbuckler goes to Group C. They have Ludacris in the top lane, Seacat in the jungle, Noodle Daddy, hashtag balls in the mid lane, Reckoning ADC, and then Grave as their supports. Yeah, Jolly Rogers has some fun names on their org. They'll be in Group C, as you can see, and the next team up is Monkey Safari. Hey, Safari. This sounds familiar, guys. Is this familiar? Let's scroll on over to Berserker. Whoa, would you look at that? It's the exact same team. And we have 4 Monkeys teams, but only 3 groups. So they're going to go into Group B. No, they're going to Group A, and then we obviously won't put more than 2 of them in there. But Monkey Safari has Cement. Wait, is the same roster? Cement, Cooper, Wall Street, Kaiser, MacMan. We're not gonna glaze them anymore. They'll be in Group A, and we're gonna spin for the next team, which is All In Esports Inquish. All In Esports, I believe, played as Illusion last split, but this is a completely different roster. which has Kiwi in the top lane, Stormtech Jungle, Kitsune in the mid lane, Zerg the Verg in the bot lane, and Syndic Hale as support with Pals as a sub. They'll be going into Group B. Next team up, it's Chubby Babies Misfits. One of the two Chubby Babies teams. Chubby Babies Misfits has Godfist in the top lane, No Name in the jungle, CB Typhoon in the mid lane, CB Acel in the bot lane, Foxhound Kaz as support, and then BeanMG and Barak as subs. This roster is pretty similar to their Gladiator roster, so not much else to say. We'll see how they do. I think they're punching up a little bit, but they can hang. They can hang with other guys. Next team up is Glacial Esports Golem. Glacial Esports Golem has Ish in the top lane, Last Chan as jungle, Silent Elements in the mid lane, Zhao Bao in the ADC role, and then Kite the Swarm as support. We're going to move on to the next team. Next team up is Monkey's Newsroom. Newsroom has small news, big news, little news, and medium news on the roster. That makes up a whole newsroom. No, I'm just kidding. They have small news in the top lane, Batman in the jungle role, Korra XTC in the mid lane, big news in the bot lane, and Killer Fox as support. A lot of returning names on there. They'll go to Group B. Should have probably renamed to, fit the team name, but they don't want to do that. So we just get big news and small news. Next team up is Harsh Judgment. Harsh Judgment has Canyon in the top lane, Matt in the jungle role, Cue Ball in the mid lane, Cheshire Cat in the bot lane, and Panda Boat as support. With Ava Papito as a sub. Some familiar names going under their own team name, org name. Glad they could join us for Divinity. Next up, we have Imperial Gaming. Their other roster, which the first one was, as you saw, in our Berserker League. Kind of similar, but not really. They have Kotori in the top lane, Paradigm Shift in the jungle, Azure Fire in the mid lane, I'm Destro in the bot lane, and Raina as support. So Imperial Gaming will be going to Group A. 7. Okay, well, we're chilling. They're going into Group A, and that's their roster, so we're going to move on to the next team. Well, did I not remove them? Oops. That's so funny, we landed on them twice. Next team up is CB Void. The other Chubby Babies team. Maybe they're not the Chubby Babies anymore. They probably grew up, lost some weight, Chubby Babies, CB Void has Sloppy McFloppy in the top lane, Sap Sweet in the jungle, Soten in the mid lane, Nikai in the bot lane, and CB Shadowkeeper as support. And next team up, going to Group C, is the other TPO team. which is TPO R5 Tark, which has Noble Bark in the top lane, Singular Bread in the jungle role. That's 4-time All-Star Singular Bread. How is this guy still allowed in here? What the heck? Elf, reigning champion, returning mid lane superstar All Pro. Oh my god. In the mid lane, Yomi in the bot lane, former ADC MVP Divinity Yomi. Oh my god. And then Pink Penguin as support with their DI jungler as a sub. And they'll be going into Group C. Yes, that works because where's our team? In Group A. So we have 3, 6, 7. Who's left? Who is left? We have Drop Point, Monkeys, so we're chilling. Next team up is Peking X BOG. They'll be going into Group A. And Peking X BOG has Ziveria in the top lane, Clutcher Kiss D-Lo in the jungle, Entity in the mid lane, Pantheon Jason in the bot lane, 9 Trees as support, and the Phantom as a sub. Next team up is Monkeys Meows. I don't know how you say that. I don't know what that is, but that don't make sense. They have Final Captain in the top lane, Red Sharky in the jungle, Colonel in the mid lane, Yukino in the bot lane, and Kittens as support. And Monkeys Meows will be going into Group C because there's a Monkeys team in Group B. And then the last team up will be, last but not least, it is Dropping Point Introversion. And they'll be going to Group B. They have Zagnolo in the top lane, Useful Int in the jungle, King Zhu in the mid lane, Baba Jum in the bot lane, and I forgot Airholes in the support role. And that is their roster. You know, there's like rarely any teams that have more than 2 subs. Maybe a few teams have like 3 subs. And I'm pretty sure like 1 out of 140 teams has 5 subs. So somebody remind me for next split that we gotta chop off some of these roster spots. Because people will be trying to bench right out here for some championships, you know? But that is all the teams in Divinity. Take a quick look here. I'm not gonna say them again. You know, that's a lot of names, and you can see them on the screen. Maybe I can increase the font. No, I don't like that because then I gotta expand my. Nah, we don't like that. All right, let's see if we can boil a font here. So here are all your Berserker and Divinity teams. Are E4 cap leagues. Unfortunately, I don't have the rosters for you guys right now, but I read them, so whoever wants to see them can rewatch the VOD, I guess. As mentioned, Divinity League will be 7-week single round robin. These 3 groups split up to with each other, and then top 4 from each group make playoffs. You'll get more info once we finish up the master sheet and release that. I think we're making good progress. Right on time, 30 minutes for 24 teams, and then 30 minutes for the previous 24. So things are going great. I'm gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna jump into What is this? Eternal. Eternal? Conquer? Olympus? Not one D4 league, not two, but three? Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna do the smallest one first. Because that way there's gonna be a lot of duplicates and that way I can just skip over them. So for those of you unfamiliar and missed the beginning of the opening of the show, Eternal, our non-streamed Fearless League previously, is now still not streamed, but it is now a standard draft. So no longer offering Fearless for Eternal on Mondays. But we did still have some teams sign up. They want to play in standard draft, you know, maybe use a scrim league, maybe they just prefer standard over Fearless. They're not Fearless fans in the year 2025, you know, but we want to give them a chance to play too, so let's get some of those teams sorted out here into groups and let you guys know who's playing on each one. So without further ado, we're gonna kick off the first team. Oh, let me change my thing so you guys know what we're doing. Our first team up is Monkeys Goons, one of the many Monkeys teams in our lovely tiny community. Monkeys Goons will be going to Group A. They have Bubba Gumps in the top lane, Nightmare Hall in the jungle, Rendleman in the mid lane, Fortune Arcs in the bot lane, and then, look who it is! Our lovely director of our Vanquisher League, the one and only two-time ALL champion. It's Relics in the support role with Fembop as a sub. A lot of familiar names. These guys go way back to like 2022 when we just started things, or actually when I just joined Titan recently. Making their return out of retirement alongside some regulars like Arcs and Relics. Monkeys Goons will be going to Group A. Welcome to the Monkeys. Next team up is Bloom Gaming Nightshade. We're going into Group B. Bloom Gaming Nightshade has Cronium in the top lane, Unleashed in the jungle, Yoshi Yushu, that is former Conqueror champion Yoshi Yushu in the mid lane, Cloudbree in the bot lane, X-Hacks in support, and the Banana Man as a sub. Next up is another one of our elite Titan Esports organizations. It's Dorado Gaming Iota making their first draw with in this summer split so far with Dorado Gaming Iota. And they have Callie G in the top lane. For some of you that might have watched last night's stream, Callie G was playing amazing in that round of 16 Emerald playoffs match last night. So we'll see how he does here in Eternal. Lee Sin Guy in the jungle, NBK in the mid lane, Mustard in the bot lane, and then Gremlin as support. Picking up some new people here on the Iota roster with a solid rock in top lane, like Callie G. And Iota will be in Group A. Next team up is ID Void. ID Void will be going to Group B, And they have a good top laner from Clown Gaming, CG Tixie. CG stands for Clown Gaming, yes sir. Caxi in the mid lane, Sayuki in the no, La Caxi in the jungle. Caxi does not play mid lane. Sayuki in the mid role, and Maddie in the bot lane, and Levantine as support. A lot of returning regular faces here. Me, I'm just gotta fix something real quick. Oh yeah, welcome back to the players playing under a different team name this time with ID Void. And we're gonna move on and spin the wheel to the next team, which is Misery. Misery is moving on up from our Divinity League, and they have UB Awesome in the top lane, Tyler in the jungle, Frost in the mid lane, JC in the bot lane, and Rich in support. I think I need to update that. They mentioned they have another top lane. Support, who they say? Sprite. I believe Sprite is going to be their support. That's correct. And then they have Pot of Greed and Wholesome Weak as subs. Frost will be in Group A. Wait, not Frost. This is just Misery. They have a Misery Frost team too. So you can see my confusion. Next up, we have Elysium Luna. Elysium Luna has Storm in the top lane, Queen Styx in the jungle, Naysayer in the mid lane, and Chaser with EXE Sin as in the bot lane. Pretty solid roster there. Some regulars being mixed up. Ooh. I did not want to do that. 1 sec, some technical difficulties. Alright, while I do that, let's spin for the next team. Next team up is True Minded Gaming. True Minded Gaming has Idojun in the top lane, Counter XD in the jungle, Team Susmen in the mid lane, Onset in the bot lane, and Ugnis as support. This is one of the many participating TMG teams in Titan. Also our Vanquisher champions, which we'll get to a little bit more later on. Next up, we have Dorado Gaming Epsilon, the other Dorado team in Eternal. And perfect, it works out. They can go into Group B. Epsilon has Viva in the top lane, Hybrid Carry in the jungle, Robust Octopus in the mid lane, Spearless in the bot lane, and Dira as support. Pretty solid roster there. What happened to my music?
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and YouTube.
Bro, I got hit with the YouTube ads. This ain't right. It's crazy what these corporations are doing to us with all these ads, man. We're going back to like cable television, you know? It ain't right. Somebody gotta put a stop to this. But we should be back with some chill music. And we're gonna move on. You can see there's 4 teams in each group. We're almost done. Yeah, ain't nobody paying for YouTube Premium. Come on now. Next team up is Syndicate Double Pumpers. Syndicate Double Pumpers have Daro in the top lane, Haman Karn in the jungle role, Canella in the mid lane, Koopa in the bot lane, and Retail Row or Codis as support. Pretty solid roster there as well. And next team up is the other Syndicate team, which is Syndicate Cat Girls. Shout out Syndicate for having us broadcast their Civil War playoffs last night in the BOL Emerald last night. It was a banger. Went the distance, Silver Scrapes. So glad to see them putting 2 teams here in Eternal. And Syndicate Cowgirls has Espada in the top lane, Mist or Trad in the jungle, Aquafilas, Watercat in the mid lane, Butters in the bot lane, and Seeker as support. Pretty strong roster there as well. Next team up is Phantom Troop Maki, which is a newer org started by Kosum, and they are also a Titan Elite organization as well. So shout out to Kosum and Phantom Troop. They have with their first team Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan in the top lane, God's Glory in the jungle, Humor in the mid lane, Resilient in the bot lane. You know the kid as support with Abound and Duck Mark as subs. This roster looks very familiar. I can't put something on like why does it look so familiar? It's not coming to me. But pretty strong roster as well. Eternal is actually looking really competitive so far. And next up is oops, I didn't actually let them pop up. Texas A&M Black. I believe this is a club team with some players on it. And they have Kihar in the top lane, Pigwig in the jungle, Art of Inting in the mid lane, Cosmix in the bot lane, Habibi in support, and then subs, Killer, Tiny Marshmallow, and Chow. So that rounds out our Eternal League. As you can see here, we have 2 groups of 6. Top 4 will make playoffs. And you'll have all the rosters when the doc is released. Good luck to all the Eternal teams. Next up, we're going to move on to our big bad Conqueror League, who has all of our favorite players in the D4 cap elo. This one's our Conqueror League this time around has a lot of freaking teams. So this is going to take a minute. I don't know how many teams we have. It's too many to count. But luckily this thing can count it for me. So we have 30 teams participating in Conquer this time around, which is a little bit more than our last split, but I believe this is the most teams we've had in Conquer. So for those of you not familiar with it, this is probably our longest running league. And this time around, it's switched to Fearless Draft, full Fearless, on Wednesday nights. streamed. Gonna be a banger. 30 teams participating. We have the defending org being Syndicate. We'll see if somebody can knock them off or if they can repeat it again.
Epclusa treats all types of chronic hepatitis C with a 98% cure rate. Epclusa is one pill.
Bro, they got me with the YouTube ads, man. I gotta listen to something else. But for Conqueror, oh, I didn't update my sheet. We gotta do. We gotta do 2 more groups.
Most common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor about Epclusa today.
The fated battle returns in a remastered form.
So for Conqueror, with 30 teams, there's gonna be a group of 8, a group of 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, and then a group of 7, 16 plus 7 is 23, and then another group of 7, which is 30. So 2 groups of 8, 2 groups of 7. If we somehow end up getting like 2 more teams in the next couple of days, I'll slot them into the groups of 7. But otherwise, we were able to fill the 30th slot, so we're gonna keep it to this format for now. But yeah, with a lot of teams, I'm just gonna jump into it. We gotta get through 30 teams, and then we have more for Vanquisher and Immortal as well. So almost probably halfway there through the stream. So we're running right on time. And the first team up is TMG. Where is the TMG roster? True Minded Gaming has Terps in the top lane, Alves in the jungle, Vrang in the mid lane, Deli in the bot lane, and Eudora as supports. Yeah, one sec. Welcome to TMG again. One of their many teams here. All right, I'm back. Let's see. Next team up. One Trick Ponies. A newer little free agent roster joining our ranks here. One Trick Ponies will be going into Group B. I don't know how that's going to work out for them, considering Conqueror is fearless. Not good to be a one-trick pony in today's economy, man. I'm telling you. They have Crooked Spider in the top lane, Mifrander in the jungle, Claused in the mid lane, Samum in the bot lane, and Flay Mignon in support. Next team up is Excessive Gluttony. Excessive Gluttony, one of their 3 teams in Conqueror, has Esco in the top lane, Silent Hearts in the jungle, XBKP making his return to Conqueror in the mid lane. We'll show them all. I don't know who this guy is. That's a weird name. Should probably look into better branding, but he will be playing ADC. And then Avi as support with Discrepancy and Haman Karn as subs. These guys are hoarding junglers, man. Must be running to try out still. Aiming to bench Silent Hearts or something. So Gluttony will be going into Group C. And we're going to spin for the first team into Group D, which will be Elysium and Yggdrasil. Where are they on the list? They'll be going into Group D. They have Yikaw in the top lane, hashtag toes, Guster Posey in the jungle, Cordelia in the mid lane, Dilly in the bot lane, and then Arrow as support. Shout out to Elysium, another Titan Elite org, in one of their many teams in Titan. Look like a pretty strong roster, you know. They've shown they can hold their own in our D4 cap leagues recently. I don't know about Dilly. He's been struggling a little bit, but hey, he won Premier, so. Next team up is Monkey's Goons. Hey, Goons. They're also in Eternal, so we're gonna fly by them. They're going to Group A. Next team up is Syndicate Coke, like Coca-Cola, right? They'll be going to Group B, maybe a returning roster. They have Espada in the top lane, Duddy Brains jungle, Aquaphilus Watercat in the mid lane, Cloudbree in the bot lane, A-Hop as support with Trad and Butters on the bench. Those are some good bench riders, you know? They might be better than their starters. I don't know why these guys are... we won't get into that. Oh, welcome back to Syndicate Coke. They'll be in Group B. We're going to spin for the next team, which is Dorado Gimme Omega. Another Dorado roster trying to regain their glory in our D4 cap leagues with Spoobert in the top lane, OP Killswitch in the jungle, Kiba Boy in the mid lane, Prey X in the bot lane, and the Chimi Heart in support. Pretty strong roster from Dorado there. Next team up is Phantom Troop Phaeton, the other Phantom Troop team in our D4 cap leagues. They'll be going to Group D, and they have Food Battle 2012 in top lane, Crispy Nuggets in the jungle, Rutenium in the mid lane, Egg Whites in the bot lane, Kingmaker in the support role, and Kosum, Azrael, Nintendo, and Kaiser as subs. 4 subs, wow. They could have entered another team, almost. We'll move on to the next team. Next team up is Elysium Solar, the other Elysium team in Conquer. They'll be going to Group A. They have Metal in the top lane, Satan in the jungle, Humor in the mid lane, Chaser in the bot lane, and Supporta as support. Yo, these rosters are like, I don't know how you guys are able to cook these up. Yo, I'm getting killed by these YouTube ads, man. This is crazy. I'm turning this off. Alright. We're cooking. Yo, somebody give me YouTube Premium. I'll take that. Anybody give me a check on my Knicks? We're losing? Winning? Alright, where's my handy dandy sheet? Yeah, I was saying these rosters, man. You guys are really cooking. Only up by 4? Oh, that game is flying by, man. I'm not even gonna catch the 4th quarter. I gotta keep moving. Next up is Conspiracy Esports, making their return to Conqueror. Even though it's Fearless, they're still here. They put a roster together. Let's see who they got. They got Slippy in the top lane, IP Loke in the jungle, Hayasaka AI in the mid lane, Atypical Name in the bot lane, and the Ninja in the support role with Dextriad as a sub. Shout out Conspiracy as well, joining our Titan Elite subscriptions. They're going to be... They have a solid roster too. Missing a couple of people that ranked out, but they ranked out for a reason. I was hoping to see them in Vanquisher. Unfortunate. Conspiracy into Group B. That makes sense. Oh, did I not remove them? Okay, the sneak peek at all the other teams. Woo. Next up is Excessive Greed. They got drawn to a gluttony, but they can't go there. So they're gonna go to Group D. No sister teams. We have Punky Wrist in the top lane, Wheelchair Jungle in the jungle, Brother Otter in the mid lane, Peekaboo in the bot lane, Bone as support with Atreides and Gunnythick as subs. Pretty strong roster there too. We're gonna remove that and move on to the next one, which is ID Void. And this is the exact same roster as Eternal, and they will be going to Group C. So we're gonna spin for our next one. Next up is New Origins. That is a new org to our Conquer League. See what I did there? They have 315 AoE in the top lane, Phantasm Caleb in the jungle, who I believe still has some games to do. So they're sub D1 busy, so they'll be stepping in for a minute. Storm in the mid lane, Mustard in the bot lane, and Onset as support. So very similar roster to the TMG team in Eternal, I believe. So welcome to New Origins. Next up is Monkey's Charity. That's a lovely name, you know. I love it when organizations give to charities, you know, like Titan, we're not a charity, but when these lovely organizations like Pack a Ball of Monkeys just give me free money, I love it. Monkey's Charity has Nitro Dax in the top lane, All Fire in the jungle, Princess May in the mid lane, Gumi in the bot lane, and Esmia as support. Why is Princess May playing mid lane? I see why they're calling it Monkey's Charity. Alright, let's move on to the next team. Next team up is Dorado Gaming Epsilon. And yes, this is their same roster as Eternal. So they'll be going to Group C. We're gonna move on to the next one. Which is Split Push Zillion Top. Split Push Zillion Top. Not really an organization, but a pretty cool team name. There's some regulars, as you'll see, with Nubili in the top lane, Fallen in the jungle, Mike Lassie in the mid lane, Flix in the bot lane, and Anastasia in the support role. Oh, oops. Oops. Thanks, Dilly, for pointing that out. Dorado will go over here, and Split Brazilian Top will go over here. Yeah, guys, I'm rigging this, you know, a little bit, but that's what I do. It's corrupt around here. No, I'm just kidding. Don't hold that against me legally. I did not see that Dorado was in the same group, but because they are, no sister teams allowed in each group, so Dorado will go into Group D, and then Split Brazilian Top will go into Group C. Alright, guys, good catch. You gotta keep me on my toes, you know? That's a lot of teams around here. Bro, only up by 3 at the end of the third quarter? Shit, I'm sweating. Not really, though. We're gonna close it out. Next team up is Spearmint, the Mint Gaming team that was able to actually get in. They have Vacaution in the top lane, Mike in the jungle role, Swedish Pancakes in the mid lane, Squigs in the bot lane, and Aerodactyl as support. That's the only mint team, so no sister team issues there. Huh? See guys? Stay on top of it. Next up is Kachao Esports. Kachao. Kachao has Complex in the top lane, Red XC in the jungle, Key in the mid lane, Squid Liquid in the bot lane, and Cry in the support role with Ronin as a sub. Next team up is Conduit Esports Fish. Only Conduit team, so no worries there. Conduit Esports Fish has Please Be Patient in the top lane, Tilted Pizza in the jungle, Canela in the mid lane, Aqua Bathwater in the bot lane, and Diet Dr. Kelp as support, with Minecraft Zombie as a sub. Next team up is Stasis Gaming Revenants. Stasis Gaming Revenants goes into Group D, and they have Boxicus in the top lane, Adrenaline in the jungle, Cobra in the mid lane, Very Wet in the bot lane, and then Brown Joe as support. A lot of new faces, but Boxicus, good Clown Gaming top laner previously, you know. So glad to see him in Emerald Leagues. And they're in Group D, so they're all set. We can move on. Next team up is Golden Sun Serpents. So Golden Sun Serpents will be going to Group A. They have Haji in the top lane, Basong in the jungle, Z-Struck 200 in the mid lane, Strawberries in the bot lane, Kid Fig as support. With a couple of subs on there too. Though I believe I still have to review those. Yes. Remember that correctly. Welcome to Golden Sun Serpents. Next team up is ID Frozen. They'll be going to Group B, and they have Captville in the top lane. Nat is not a bug in the jungle. Prophet of Tears, your local Conqueror content writer in the mid lane. Fallen in the bot lane, and Jay Young as support with Sokark as a sub. But shout out to ID as well. They are also a Titan Elite organization. Thank you for your support. And glad to see them with two teams here. Both pretty solid rosters. Let's spin for the next team. Oh, I missed their big. It's Eden Snapdragons making their return after a short hiatus. Welcome back to Eden's Major. They have Moonshot in the top lane, Frozen Ace in the jungle, Major in the mid lane, Killbot in the bot lane, and Nahor as a support, with Isodak as a sub. Next team up is Help Big Greeley. I'm not sure exactly where that reference is from, but creative team name, I guess. They have Iska in the top lane, Maul Drifter in the jungle, Micro Brat in the mid lane, Friday again in the bot lane, and Dinugulsar in the support role, with Higgis as a sub. Next team up is Sin Emerald. another syndicate team, and there's not a syndicate team in Group A, so they can go here with CZI in the top lane, Guo in the jungle, Fire Mana in the mid lane, Necro in ADC, and CR. Hopefully it doesn't stand for comp ruling in the support role. Another strong looking syndicate team, as usual. And next up we have Fools 5 Nobles. They'll be going to Group B. They have the World in the top lane, Hero Joe in the jungle, Ragnar Ruse in the mid lane, TES Chang in the bot lane, Bard BQ in the support role, and Hunting Horn as a sub. Next team up, we have Omega Gaming Hydra. Omega, which is a defending champion. This time around, they have Dwango Unchained in the top lane, Rule in the jungle, Professor in the mid lane, Paneer in the bot lane, and Red V Blue in the support role. On spin for the next team, what do we have left? Excessive Laughing Clouds and Agape. Next team up is Laughing Clouds, who have Grass type in the top lane, Jug King in the jungle, Mockingbird in the mid lane, Atlas in the ADC role, and D-Shot in the support role with Kid Buu as a sub. They'll be going into Group D. Next team up and the final excessive team is Excessive Rush. We'll be going into Group A. Excessive Rush has Andu in the top lane, Rexcat in the jungle, Rutledge in the mid lane, Angel in the bot lane, EXE Sin as support with Queen Sticks as a sub. Pretty solid roster there as well. And the last one here is Agape Esports making their return from last split of Conquer as well. They'll be going into Group B. They have Cyrox in the top lane, CJ Lopez in the jungle, Amorphous in the mid lane, Envious is bot lane, and Marie as support. And I believe that's all of our Conquer teams as well. 30 teams. Wow, would you look at that? Honestly, I went through that pretty fast. So as you can see, here are all of the Conqueror teams. 8 in Group A, 8 in Group B, 7 in C and D. So we're still doing a 7-week single round robin. For Group C and Group D, you can expect to not have a bye week, as you'll have a cross group match versus the team that was drawn at the same time as you. So Excessive Gluttony versus Elysium, Dorado, Phantom, ID, Excessive Greed, and so on. Unless somehow we fill the last 2 slots here, which I don't think we will, because I'll be working on the schedule as well. Hopefully we release that in the next couple of days. But if it does happen, you just won't have a bye week at all, or you won't have a cross group either. Same as the other groups here. But yeah, top 4 from each group will make playoffs. So yeah, these are all of your Conqueror teams. Thank you everybody for the massive interest in Conqueror this time around. I guess going to Fearless was the right move, even though we have 3D4 cap leagues, we still managed to almost completely, too short, fill up Conqueror. Um, so yeah, super excited. We have some very, very strong teams in this league, I'd say. So it's gonna be a very competitive split for sure, and we'll be cooking up a lot of content. Maybe I'll give Profit some help. 30 teams is a lot, so if anybody wants to do their own unofficial content, feel free to. I'll have the roster. We'll have the rosters out before Wednesday. People will have plenty of time to cook up some power rankings, etc. But yeah, these are your 30 Conqueror teams. And let me just scroll over a little bit. Oh yeah, I still have one more D4 Cap League. Oh man. I'm still on track though. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna move on from Conqueror. And we're gonna do Olympus next. And should I take a break? Yeah, let's go take a quick 3-minute break, and then I'm gonna jump into Olympus and Vanquisher right after that. I'm gonna check on the next game, get some water, and see. So refresh your popcorn, grab some water, stretch a little bit, stand up. Don't forget to stand up. Healthy for you. And we'll be. Let me scroll over real quick so you can look at that. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. See you in a sec. All right, we're back with our team reveal and draw show. My New York Knicks are up by 14 points, 6 minutes left. We're cruising on our way to a game one victory. Light work, never doubted them. On our way to a championship. First one since 52 years. So, as we continue through the draw show, we just recently completed Conqueror. As you can see, here are all the groups A, B, C, D for our 30 teams and all the teams that got drawn into them. Next up, we're going to do our new and shiny Olympus League, which is on Friday nights. It is the same rules as Conquer, Fearless Draft, Stream, etc. Just a little bit of a smaller league with less teams participating. But this is our first time around, so super excited to see the turnout for Olympus. Olympus will be 15 teams, maybe a lucky 16th team, with two groups of 8, or one group of 8, one group of 7, participating for a 7-week single round robin, and then the top 4 teams making playoffs. So without further ado, we're going to get Olympus started, and we're going to spin for the first team. And the first team up is Dorado Gaming Omega. Dorado Gaming Omega, their only team in Olympus, will be the exact same roster as Conqueror, which is Spoober, OP Killswitch, Kiba Boy, Preax, and Chibi Heart. So they'll be in Group A. We're going to jump on over them because we talked about them already. Next up is Tilt Esports Crashouts. Lots of crashouts within our tiny esports community here. And this one is going by Tilt Esports. They have Mismatched in the top lane, Satan in the jungle. Who's their mid laner? Who's not eligible yet? I forget their name, but a mid laner TBD, Slayer in the bot lane, and Neglect in support role. So if you're an eligible D4 mid laner and you want to play for Tilt Esports Crashouts, message KTL. You might only get to play 1 week, but hey, good enough for some people. Next up is GCS Steel. GCS will be going into Group A. They have 2 teams here. And they have, for their Steel team, they have Promech in the top lane, Ploppy in the jungle, Hauma in the mid lane, Chewy Light in bot lane, and Sifra in the support role. Where's my sheet? Next team up is Fools 5 Imperials. Fools 5 Imperials does not have a top laner, but they have the Fool in the jungle, Shane Data in the mid lane, Darth Lala in the bot lane, Sprite as support, and JC as a sub. Oh, with Punkurus and SK, and Rich as a sub, so 4 subs. Oh, I almost forgot, Fifth as a sub is 2. One of the only teams with 10 full roster. Come on, guys, just enter another team and take the 16th spot. It's that easy. This is one of the 2 Fools 5 Imperials teams. Next team up is Overgeared Retirement Home. I think some newer people here joining as well, with Fengus in the top lane, Court JJ in the jungle, Kaiden in the mid lane, Big Fella Ryan in the bot lane, Name Invalid in the support role, big fella Tyler on the bench, and Chase also on the bench. I wonder if big fella Tyler and big fella Ryan are brothers. That'd be cool. Overgeared retirement home goes to Group A. Next team up is Monkey's Charity. This is the same roster as Eternal. Nitrodax, Allfire, Princess May, Gumi, and Esmia. So we're gonna move on and spin to the next team. Next team up will be Conduit Esports Frauds. Frauds will be going into Group A, and the Frauds have King of Spades in the top lane, Blueprint Joker in the jungle, Rept in the mid lane, Verja in the bot lane, Yipsy in support, and Trash Panda as a sub. Next team up we have Iceborne White, who have Daro in the top lane, Haman Karn in the jungle, Zed in the mid lane, Koopa in the bot lane, and Quantum Force as a support. But this roster is pretty similar to what they had last split. They were solid. I don't know if it's the exact same, but I know Quantum Force was on it. And probably Haman Karn. Did they make playoffs? Maybe they didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they messed up though. So Iceborne White goes to Group B. Next team up is the other Fools 5 team, Fools 5 Vanguard. They'll be going to Group A, and they have Smoke Jug in the top lane, Fish, FRX, FRFX. Fish are friends? Yeah, Fish are friends, right? Yeah. In the jungle, Sinja in the mid lane, Just RJ in the bot lane, and Bacon OP as support, with Zimmy as a sub. Next team up is our lucky 16th team. Who is it? Who could it be? We don't know. Could be you. Could be one of your friends. They're gonna put them in Group B. We do have one more spot for Olympus on a serious note. So if there's any team that wants to participate that is not admitted into Olympus yet, you can take this spot right here in Group B, as long as you have an eligible roster. Just open a ticket within our Discord. Let us know if anybody wants to throw a team together. It would help. You know, Friday nights could be fun, relaxing. You get to play against some good teams, maybe some bad teams. Next up, Condo Esports Fish. Well, there's a Condo Esports Frauds in Group A, so we're gonna put Fish in Group B. And Condo Esports Fish has Please Be Patient in the top lane, Tilted Pizza in the jungle, Canela in the mid lane, Aqua Bathwater in the bot lane, and Diet Dr. Kelp as a support, with Minecraft Zombie as a sub. This is the same roster as where are they? As Conqueror, yeah. Next team up is Bing Chillers TE. Bing Chillers TE will go into Group A. They have Simulacrum in the top lane, Electro Heart in the jungle, Star Burrito in the mid lane, Jing in the bot lane, and Alayu in the support role. Big Chiller is making their return to our Conqueror League. Next up, this team will also be going to Group A, and it will be GCS Obsidian, which they can't go into Group A, so they're gonna go into Group B because there's GCS already in there. So GCS Obsidian has Elfire in the top lane, Ace Killa in the jungle, Esper in the mid lane, Majin Hollow in the bot lane, and Geeky in the support role, with Bronzina and Bobbles as a subs. Thank you guys, thank you. I know the Knicks are gonna win. It's like it's cooked. We already won. They were up 15 at 8 minutes, bro. It's over. Indiana, bro. Come on. Come on. The Pacers? We're talking about the Pacers. Alright, where was I? Obsidian goes to Group B, and next time we spin. Monkey's Business goes into Group A. Monkey's Business has Fembop in the top lane, Mini Beast in the jungle, Dongle Liquor in the mid lane, Pen in the bot lane, and Relics on another team in the support role. Relics, how are you going to play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and run Vanquisher on Tuesday? And show up on Thursday when Boogie falls asleep in his chair? Bro, you're cooked. You're so cooked. I gotta kick you off one of these teams. Monkey's Business looking strong though. They bought the business. Who gets next team up is Crime Syndicate. So Crime Syndicate, I believe it's their only team here, so this is not an issue. And then so Crime Syndicate goes into Group A. They have Espada in the top lane, Yangu in the jungle, Aquaphilus, Watercat in the mid lane. We'll show them all in the bot lane, and Retail Row goes in the support role. But this roster is hilarious. No, this roster. Sorry. Let me get it together. Crime Syndicate goes into Group A. Some strong players on that team. And let's spin for the last team. Last but not least, it's Elysium Midnight. And Elysium Midnight will go into Group B. Pretty sure I didn't mess anything up with Citrus teams. Elysium Midnight has Humor in the top lane, Duddy Brains in the jungle role, NBK in the mid lane, Grimgar in the bot lane, and It's Just Haya in the support role, with X Hacks as a sub. So I believe that wraps up our Olympus League. 8 teams in each group, with us needing one more team actually, so it's 8 and 7. So as I mentioned earlier, if you want to play in Olympus with some of these cool teams, let us know in a ticket. We might be able to slide you guys in. Some pretty strong rosters. Olympus, remember, is Friday nights. Fearless Draft streamed. 7 weeks of single round robin. Top 4 teams make playoffs. And with that, we are all finished with our D4 cap leagues. Eternal, Conqueror, and Olympus. So that's 12 plus 30 plus 15. It's a whole lot of teams. Somebody do some quick maths in the chat. 12 plus 30 plus 15. What does that equal? All right. In all seriousness, though, super excited to see all the interest in the Emerald division. It's probably the biggest. I'll show you guys later. There's a lot of people in Emerald, but glad to see we're able to host three leagues, and actually fill them with a lot of teams and a lot of players. So good luck to everyone in the D4 leagues participating. And with that, I think we're gonna move on to Vanquisher. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, we have a lot of teams for Vanquisher. You know, I should probably make my director get on here and do some work instead of just giggling in Twitch chat. All right, who's ready for Vanquisher, or Diamond League, or Masters 100 LP Cap League? Which, if we scroll on over here, as you all know, Vanquisher is on Tuesday nights, and it is Fearless Draft with everything being streamed. Okay, not everything. One stream every Tuesday, maybe a second one. I'll get to that once we draw some teams. And yeah, this is our biggest Vanquisher Diamond League we've ever had, and probably our biggest league we've ever had. So that is crazy to see. Might have to spin up a second Diamond League in the fall if it continues like this and everybody has such a good time. So I'm sure everybody's joining just because they love relics so much, right? So let me get this set up for Vanquisher. It's a lot of teams. We're gonna move this one over here. Oh, guys. You think if I spin it, my team is still gonna pop up? Ah! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look who it is first. My spinner wheel is dark, but hey, I can still spin on teams. So the first team up is True Minded Gaming Paladins. This is a banger roster. True Minded Gaming are defending, reigning Vanquisher champions. As you all know, they also partnered with us last split to host a secondary stream on our Twitch every week. It was a TMG match. TMG team streamed versus whoever they were playing that week. And I'm excited to say that we're able to continue that partnership again. So Vanquisher will have 2 streams every week. One on the main stream will be whatever the most exciting match that week is that we pick, or whatever we pick to accommodate a lot of diversity for teams and everything. And the second stream is going to be whichever TMG team will be streamed by their whichever team is chosen to be streamed by their organization. So whatever match that is. Shout out to TMG and Cone for continuously supporting Titan and the Vanquisher League specifically, making sure that we're able to broadcast multiple games a night. Oh, and their Paladins roster, yes. They have Cone in the top lane, Meta Shift in the jungle, Stone Cold Incel in the mid lane, Lelofant in the bot lane, Fortress Door as support, and Driptide as a sub. Pretty solid roster for the Paladins right there, I'd say so. Ah, my spinny wheel is back. You know, I put in a lot of time to get these colors right. These are the Tiny Esports branding colors. It looks very clean. You know, I really like it. I hope everybody else out there likes it too. All right, next team up. It is Iceborne Black. Iceborne Black has Tennessee in the top lane, Hypnotic Viper in the jungle, Smokey in the mid lane, Husky Templar in the bot lane, and Willie as a support. Damn, who knew Smokey would get a starting spot in Vanquisher? That's crazy. Next team up is Conduit Esports Red. Conduit Esports making the move up to Vanquisher, to the Diamond Leagues. Expanding and growing. We love to see it. Shout out Conduit, one of our elite Tiny Esports organizations. Their red roster has Bleeding the Wolves top lane, Zhao PP in the jungle, Le Chosen Goat in the mid lane, Soulbird in the bot lane, and I Am Insanity in the support role. Oh, pretty strong roster they cooked up right there for their first, I believe, is their debut in Diamond Leagues. Not some of these players for sure, but Condo Esports as an organization, it is. Next team up is Lane Zero Reapers. They're going to Group D. Lane Zero has Club Jackie in the top lane, Malstixie in the jungle, Winter Ice Cream in the mid lane, Bobby in the bot lane, and Alive as support, with Zydron and Toomey as subs. Next team up, Fools 5 Monarchs. I believe this is Fools 5 first team in Diamond 2. They have Instruments in the top lane, Chris in the jungle, Marquise in the mid lane, Solo Mason in the bot lane, and Bento in the support role. There's some Emerald players moving up. We love to see that. Next team up is GCCE 32-bit Umbrella. They have Nothing Good in the top lane, Captain Saraland in the jungle, Munching Boy in the mid lane, Squid Liquid in the bot lane, and Perfect Timer as support, with Punio and Squishy Gup as subs. Next up is Faceless Insomnia. Faceless Insomnia has Funky Boy Joe in the top lane, 50 Cal Taco making his return in the jungle, THBQLYELA Urea in the mid lane. That's a mouthful. Goofy Boy Joe in the bot lane, and Giddy Boy Joe in the support. Oh, they got a lot of Joes. They got Funky, Goofy, and Giddy. That mid laner might as well just name change. Because what the hell is that? Next team up is Solo Q Sobriety. Which has Balzac in the top lane, LL Clasper in the jungle, the Good Samaritan in the mid lane, Zoro in the bot lane, and 129 Climb in the support role. Next team up is our, I believe, a semi-finalist from last split, Flash Syndicates with. Wait, did I show it over here? Yeah, it popped up with Jadeon in the top lane, Not Important, aka Lost in the jungle, Terry in the mid lane, Lian in the bot lane, and Aurel in the support role, with Sir Jackson as a sub. Next team up is Neogen Xenos, with Cuddlebun in the top lane, Lab Prophet in the jungle, Lab Vuso in the mid lane, Paxax in the bot lane, the Band Director in the support role, and then the last Manatee and Honeybun as subs. The next team up is Mint Corruption. And Mint Corruption has Icy Rain in the top lane, Pride in the jungle, Anoxic or Prim in the mid lane, Ixie in the bot lane, and Chief in the support role. And next team up is Phantom Troop Hisoka. So I believe the third team from Phantom Troop in here. Not a Vanquisher, but in Titan in general. And with Fozzie Bear in the top lane, Dwami Poppy in the jungle, Random Capitals in the mid lane, Worm Jones in the bot lane, Steppers as support, and Elmer's Glue as a sub. Next team up is Chi-Town Berserkers. We're going Group A, and they have Caramel in the top lane, XPPM in the jungle, Beast Fridge in the mid lane, Snark in the bot lane, and Otter in the support role with Farmer as a sub. Next team up is Dorado Gaming Theta. This version of Dorado Gaming has Aunt Egwa in the top lane, Cherry Coke in the jungle, Le Chosen Goat in the mid lane, Milk Dog in the bot lane, and Baby Alien as support. Wait a minute. We have Le Chosen Goat on 2 rosters. What's going on here? I'm pretty sure they gave me a new mid laner. We'll figure this out real quick. Why didn't I update this? I must have missed this. I'm going back to one of the teams. And looks like the mid laner for Kondo Esports Red is not actually the chosen goat because he plays for Dorado Gaming Theta. The mid laner for Kondo Esports Red is Marcian. And I believe their top laner is Boogie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not Bleeding Wolves. I don't know if that's an upgrade or a downgrade, but we'll see. But back to the Dorado Gaming roster, they're pretty strong. You know, they got Jerry in the jungle with Dogbrain in the top lane. I don't know. There were some champions right there. Wait, man. Hold on, guys. don't troll me. Don't tell me the Knicks lost. If they lost, I'm not finishing this draw show, bro. Bro, are you serious? What the fuck? Man, that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. All right, where were we at? We got almost halfway. No spoilers, man. The Knicks didn't lose, but no spoilers. Next team up is Summit Esports Phoenix. And they have Loco a Poco in the top lane, Blob Blob Fish in the jungle, Ryzeni in the mid lane, Doom in ADC, and BR Mario as support, with Pyrosis and Foreign Guys subs. Next team up is Mint Gaming, and that is not the same as Mint Corruption. Not the same org, different org. This team has Inigo Montoyas in the top lane, Ulverik in the jungle, Bots Maven in the mid lane, Myers in the bot lane, and Luckified as support with Hello Bear and Donut Cake as subs. Next team up is surely not Akuma. This is surely not an Akuma roster. They have Klugi Chungus in the top lane, Zohair in the jungle, YouTube in the mid lane, Ketanology in the bot lane, and Arcadius as support, with Gran Torino, Zafa, and the Wild Terry on the bench. Pretty solid roster there. I'm telling you, for a 30 plus team league, there are a lot of strong players in here. Like looking at it right now. Okay, first Monkey's Doom is up next. They'll be going into group B. Monkey's Doom has Espada, Derpixon, and Joyer. Jake Espada in the top lane, Derpixon and Joyer in the jungle. Jacob in the mid lane, Warlock in the bot lane, and just Bobo as support. A couple of Emerald players moving on up here too. They got a pretty solid group B, group right here. Might be able to be competitive. Next team up is Dorado Gaming Delta, the other Dorado team, which has Z, XD in the top lane, Worm Jones in the jungle, Tough Daddy in the mid lane, Baby Garf in the ADC role, and Kibbles as a support. Next team up is Excessive Wrath, and they have the Swiftest Scout in the top lane, Jabber Jabber in the jungle, Hunty in the mid lane, Chaos, ADC, and Hoshinoko as support, with Caliburn, Ibeon, Godly, and Teals, and Zinkara as subs. It's a lot of subs. But I'm pretty sure Teals got picked up by a different team, so he is no longer subbing for this team. That is excessive wrath. And that's, oh, a little bit more than halfway there. Wow, look at us. We're flying by. Next team up is Kondo Esports Misery. They'll be going to Group A, and they have Nooner, Hunter Wolf Steel, TBD mid laner, Jed in the bot lane, and Zinthera as support. Maybe I just didn't update this, but I think they gave me their mid laner. Ah, yes, their mid laner is Guberto, or Chaotic, I believe. Yes. Next team up is the other True Minded Gaming roster, TMG Monks. True Minded Gaming Monks have Gunman in the top lane, Khan in the jungle, Fields in the mid lane, Deadbotting in the bot lane, and Living Phoenix as support. Shout out to TMG. Reminder for those of you that missed it on the initial team being drawn. We will be having a secondary stream on Vanquisher Tuesday nights, thanks to TMG. So if you want to watch them every Tuesday night, you can do that on the secondary stream. But also, whatever team they're playing, you get coverage as well. So shout out to Cohen and TMG for that. Next team up is GCS Prismatic, with Xenox in the top lane, Rambo in the jungle, Yeet Yot Yate in the mid lane, Biomatrix in the bot lane, and Drysicle as support, with Reaper's Blade and Peter Griefer as subs. And next team up is the Holy Church of Satyr, or better known as, formerly known as Half-Orc Barbarians. Coming up with a new name, and their roster is Sir Raven in the top lane, and Divine in the jungle, LL Cool J's. That is your reigning Vanquisher MVP, LL Cool J's in the mid lane, Revnon in the bot lane, and Toad in the support role, with Almighty Briz as a sub. This is a fully returning roster, I believe, made semis last split, and they might be cooking something special in the ball lane again this split. We'll see if they're able to go all the way this time around. Next team up is Glacial Knights, who have Sia Kona in the top lane, Juice Ginger in the jungle, Happier Cat in the mid lane, Pixel Wolf in the bot lane, Bowl of Regretty in the support role, and Umbra as a sub. Next team up is Sin FF15, F15, 15. Okay, Sin 15. I don't know. That spelling is, that don't make sense. We'll just go with Sin 15. The group B, Sin 15 has CB Batman in the top lane, Chill Savior in the jungle, Tango in the mid lane, Idris in the bot lane, and Oprah Winfrey as support. Next team up is XG Super Goobers. Going to Group C, XG Super Goobers have Rover in the top lane, Phoenix Flare in the jungle, Blazing Cake in the mid lane, Improve in the bot lane, and Improvise as support. Pretty solid roster there. Next team up is Excessive Sloth. And Excessive Wrath is already in here. So Excessive Sloth will go into Group A. And Excessive Sloth has the Chaz in the top lane, Scootin in the jungle, Ninja Shoyo Teals in the mid lane, Koosh in the bot lane, and Want Marriage as support. Next team up is Oversoul Esports Reincarnate, making their return yet again to our Vanquisher League with a similar roster as usual, with the Limpster in the top lane, Swifty in the jungle, Freedom Potatoes in the mid lane, Matstat in the bot lane, Zelandis as support, Fang over Fang, Plasmid, Jaffe, Random Capitals, and Jeff God Gamer as subs. I believe Random Capitals is a starter on our team, so he will not be subbing for OVS. Welcome back to OVS. Glad to have you guys. Shout out to some of the people on that team doing casting, video editing, content, etc. for us. Oops. They go to Group D. Real quick. Next team up is Vancouver Impact. And Vancouver Impact has Choros in the top lane, Zoob in the jungle, MLAC. Oh, it's Calm backwards. In the mid lane, Worm Jones in the bot lane, and Tangy Time in the support role with Imp Stunner as a sub. And the next team and the last team is Tilt DT1. Tilt DT1 has Weatherneck in the top lane, Rat Queen Delilah in the jungle, Albino Sunbear in the mid lane, Water in the bot lane, and Kakalin as support, with Feldy, Oral, Punda, Will Show Them All, and KTL as subs. Bunch of Emerald players moving up as well, so lovely to see that, and we'll see how they compete in Vanquisher. So with that, I believe that rounds up our Vanquisher League groups as well. As you guys can see, we are missing one team, so if you know anybody that wants to sign up, we could use another team to fill this spot in Group D. Otherwise, teams in Group D will have one bye week randomly split into their schedule. The rest of the teams is 7-week single round robin, with the top 4 teams from each group making playoffs. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I think we have a lot of competition in this Vanquisher League. Our biggest league yet. If you guys know any team that wants to fill that last spot, let us know. Let them know, have them open a ticket. thank you to everybody who is so interested in participating here. And yeah, glad to see so many people in Diamond. Moving on up, climbing solo queue. One thing for Vanquisher, we will have a content creator dedicated weekly articles, hopefully, and maybe not a reoccurrence of what happened last time. If it does, you guys can blame me again. But if anybody else wants to make content, just let me know. We have one official content creator, but most of their stuff is unofficial. Maybe we could work something out. So yeah, that is it for our Vanquisher League. Oh yeah, our content creator is hooked. As you can see, he posted the VL content already saying there will be content. So technically, if something goes wrong, just blame him. Don't blame me, you know. So by Tuesday, you will have like 3 articles of content. As long as I can finish up these roster sheets. Actually, as long as Relics finishes up the roster sheets. So looking forward to seeing all of you play on Tuesdays. And remember, if you have any questions, just DM Relics. Just kidding, open a ticket. So with that being said, I think we're gonna move on to Immortal next, which is our last league. I'm gonna take like a quick 3-minute break. I need to stretch my feet, see if my Knicks lost, and grab some water. So be back in about 3. All right, we're back for our final league of the night, which is our Immortal League, 600 LP cap, Thursday nights, Fearless Draft. This time around, we have 16 teams participating with 2 groups of 8, as you can see over here. We're going to spin our little wheel and split them up into groups, and eventually in a couple of days you guys will find out who you'll be playing against with your schedule and all the rosters as well. So it's been a pretty long wait for everybody, so I'm just going to get you guys started with the first team. And that is Cupid Esports. Let me pull up the rosters real quick. Cupid Esports has Vivian Livid in the top lane, the Rakos in the jungle, Castek in the mid lane, Loki Dosi in the bot lane, and It's the Afternoon as a support. So a couple of reigning champions on this returning roster, and a couple of new pickups. Pretty strong roster here. We'll see if the defending champions are able to defend their title under a new organization this time around. Glad to see Cupid Esports joining Titan for this split. I believe they're also in OQs, trying to make a lower bracket run to the promotion tournament. Next team up is True Minded Gaming, one of their 2 rosters. And in Group B, True Minded Gaming has Night Ravens, Night Ravens in the top lane, Conceit in the jungle, Fist in the mid lane, Ratchet in the bot lane, and Homura Cash as support. Believe 3 of these players are the reigning champions in the Vanquisher League, so they won that league and now they're moving on up after ranking out to Immortal. You love to see that. We'll see if they're able to keep up with some of the stronger players in Immortal. Next team up is Mint Cryptic. They're going to Group A. Mint Cryptic has Just Gank mid in the top lane, Yerdmeister in the jungle, the 200 years in the mid lane, Longshot Larry in the ADC role, and Space Maker in the support role, with God's Glory and Dragon Lord as subs. I believe Mint is making another return to Immortal, a completely different roster this time around though. Next team up is True Minded Gaming Evokers. So this is the other TMG team, and we can't do sister teams in the same group. So this roster will be going into Group A. They have Will Guo in the top lane, Jim Cantor in the jungle, Floops in the mid lane, Crushing Rock in the bot lane, and Cool in the support role. I believe this is also another roster that is mix of people moving up from Vanquisher and with some other Masters players as well. Next team up is Conduit Jungle Victims. So Conduit Esports has a ton of teams in our lower elo leagues, and I believe they're now finally moving on up to the higher cap leagues as well. We have 2 rosters in Immortal and 2 in Vanquisher. So shout out to Conduit for hosting all these teams. Glad to see lower elo teams expanding or organizations expanding into higher elo as well. This version of the Conduit team has just a test top in the top lane, Source Walker in the jungle, Swords in the mid lane, the Voices Are Back, Sky in the ADC role, and Helper in support. with Midnight Panda, Viscaria, and Jost as subs. So this is also a bunch of players moving up to Immortal from Vanquisher, with a mix of a couple of other Masters players as well. Oh, these sister teams suck. Condor Rising Dawn is the next Condor roster with Swolves, Jerry, Swolves in the top lane, Jerry in the jungle, Codeine in the mid lane, Kali in the bot lane, and UCF Cyclic as support. They will also be going to A because of the sister teams, and this is going to get a little bit awkward because we're going to draw two teams over here next. So. Next team up is Genius Uprising. Going to Group B, Genius Uprising has Proven, Null in the top lane, Vein Ripper in the jungle, Deimos in the mid lane, Immorta Dog in the bot lane, and Nominee in support with Thorin as a sub. Next team up is Stasis Gaming Resurgence. They'll also be going to Group B. Stasis Gaming Resurgence has Hazem in the top lane, Mags in the jungle, Kusho in the mid lane, Geico in the bot lane, Marcote as a support, and Deimos Terror is a sub, but he is starting on a different team, so no longer subbing for them. Stasis Gaming making their return again after an okay split last time around. A little bit of a different roster, I believe. Next team up is Maelstrom Esports Dwarfs. So the defending championship org is returning with a bit of a different roster this time around. In top lane, they have 6'3" tatted E-boy, One Punch Zac in the jungle, French Caps in the mid lane, Ventura ADC, and Solstice as support. So we'll see if Maelstrom Esports is able to defend their org title essentially with a brand new roster to Immortal. Next team up is Legacy Amber. Legacy Amber has Bay Loves You in the top lane, Full Clear in the jungle, Bok Choy in the mid lane, Places Talbo in the bot lane, Valdano in the support role, and then Violent Chill and Mr. Lel in the as subs. Next team up is Summit Esports Wawas. Another returning org and team with a pretty similar roster. In the top lane, they have Guildborn. In the jungle, they have Morn. In the mid lane, May. In the support role, Nantuno Asura. And in the support role, Shaden with Master Gamer as a sub. Let's spin for the next team. Next team up is APM Esports. APM Esports has Drew in the top lane, Heroic Bunny in the jungle, Exodia in the mid lane, BLG Moose in the bot lane, and Heroic Bumane in the support role. Four teams left. Let's see who will go into Group A. It'll be Syndicate win. Sin win. Syndicate is another org that's moving up to uh, higher elo leagues, I should say. With Animosity in the top lane, the Earth goes Werf in the jungle, Decker in the mid lane, Cookie in the bot lane, and Chill Will Kills as support. With Too Hot to Trot, Marcy, and Not Important as subs. Next team up is Team 6 Gaming. They'll be going to Group B. And Team 6 Gaming has Killer Quincy in the top lane, the Rickest Rick in the jungle, Fatal Blade in the mid lane, Rigby in the bot lane, and Projeki as support. With Toriyonko, Platypus, and I'm Blind as subs. And two teams left. Our next team up is Drop Dead Gaming, our two-time former champions. Going into Group A. Drop Dead Gaming this time around comes with Evil Troy in the top lane, Evil Lobster in the jungle, Never Saw in the mid lane, Branny Fan in the bot lane, and Mr. Kiwism as support. With Dunzy, Evil Void, Sourcewalker, and Chicken Jockey as subs. Oh, and QERW as well, but Sourcewalker is starting a different team, so he is not subbing for them. And last but not least, of course, it's a Titan Esports elite organization, you know. And also an organization looking to promote to the NACL. You can catch them this weekend, 4 p.m. Eastern, versus Jolly Rogers. If they win, they go on to the promotion tournament. But this is for Immortal, our 600 LP Cap League, where they have their Dorado Gaming Alpha team. And Dorado Gaming Alpha will be going to Group B. Their roster consists of Apex in the top lane, USA JJ in the jungle, Nissan in the mid lane, Me Have Fun in the bot lane, and Shiro as a support. And those are your 16 Immortal teams. Let us know what you think about the competition. I know I didn't release rosters, but some of the names, This time around, I don't think Lester's not doing content this time around, but we do have a dedicated content writer who will be putting out weekly articles as well. So you can look out for that before the first week matches and then every week after that as well. So hopefully it'll be something similar to what we did last split. And then, we'll also continue doing other stuff like interviews and other various content and Titan After Dark on Fridays as well. So we'll have a bunch of like player segments and various things to invite people on. So if you want to participate in anything, just keep an eye out for pings. And if you ever want to do unofficial content yourself, just let me know and I will drop it into the Immortal League content channel for you guys. Or Boogie will as well. So yeah, with that being said, 7 weeks of single round robin. Top 4 teams move on to playoffs. Hopefully we have the roster sheets and schedule released soon. The Immortal League is a little bit later in the week, next Thursday, so we have a little bit more time before you guys kind of start itching to know your opponents, but we'll try to get those finished up as soon as possible. Yeah, just a quick recap for those that missed it, that are still around. There's some Vanquisher teams over there, Immortals over here. And yeah, I believe that wraps up our show. Super excited for all the teams that we have participating. I think we have like over 145 teams across our 8 leagues, which is insane. But we're gonna continue growing, putting out some great content for you guys, great broadcasts. Keep an eye out for Titan After Dark every Fridays. We have OQ coverage this weekend as well. Hopefully, we're covering the other promotion match between UCI and Citadel. And then maybe some losers bracket stuff on Sunday. So thank you everybody for joining. I'll see you guys in the announcements channel and the Discord channels, in content, etc. everywhere. Make sure to check out our merch, support Titan and everything we do, and appreciate you guys participating. Looking forward to the split, and I'll see you guys later.